Hey guys, welcome to my May garden tour. I like to do my garden tour at the end of the month versus beginning of the month like most people because I want to see what we actually go into the new month with, right? So this is what we are looking at right now. We're gonna go row by row. So on this row here, I have my pineapple that's been about 2 years old. Doesn't look like it's giving me any kind of fruit. I also have all of these tomatoes here. I just did a pruning just the other day. And then let's see. I have two different varieties. We have the Nigerian tomato as well as the heirloom tomato that I took out of the store. And then just all the way down is mostly tomatoes. I said my blueberry that is here, my blueberry and blackberry. I was able to snatch all of this from Lowe's clearance rack, and I have some thyme here, which I harvested from recently as well. And here is my blueberries, the one that's actually producing fruit right now, and then some blackberry right there as well. And then keeping on along the fence, like I said, it's all tomatoes. I have some lemon balm. I believe that's what's it called, snapdragon. And here is one of my green stock. It is on wheels. It's full of tomatoes and peppers, as well as some strawberry. But this is my main strawberry. What is it called? Green stock. And then along here, we have my Lagos spinach, aka celosia slash efo shoko. And then here we have my efo bure, aka water leaf. I'm waiting for them to get fuller, so I haven't really been harvesting it as much. And then down this line back here, is tomatoes and lots of peppers. My tomato seems to be struggling, but I'm pretty sure it's because of the heat. So I will be adding a shade cloth above this side as well. And then after I add the shade cloth, if I don't see any changes, then I will come up with another solution. Or what comes to us, I'll pull them and add some peppers because I do have a lot of peppers that need somewhere to go. And then coming back out here, we have this raised bed right here, which is one of my biggest raised bed. It is a 4x8x4. So along the back side, we have tomatoes struggling as well because of the heat. And then we have a bunch of random mixed peppers here and some sunflowers that I added in random spots for pollination. And then moving on to this raised bed here is my cayenne pepper raised bed. It is full of tons and tons of cayenne pepper on the first half, and on the back end I do have some tomatoes, you can see right there. And then I have some sunflower as well as some random other peppers, like the Mahasaya pepper is here, pipings peppers are here, Trinidad peppers. There's just a whole bunch of random variety of pepper. Next year though, I would not be squeezing this many peppers in one spot because I'm not able to fully enjoy the beauty of the pepper. But look at this chocolate pepper. I believe that's a chero. So moving on. Here is my bell pepper raised bed. It's mostly full of bell peppers, different variety, yellow wonder, California wonder, sweet pepper, all kinds. And then moving back to the garden, here is where my jute leaves are, and I'm added it with some okra, mostly Clemson okra, mostly okra from America. And then this 3 raised bed is full of tomatoes, different variety. There's a whole bunch that I have. I think I'm growing like 10 different variety in my garden this year. I believe this is the Roma. And then here is more Nigerian tomato. This is actually the raised bed that I made for it. And I can't remember exactly which tomato is here, but that is also a different variety. Each raised bed has different varieties. All of these peppers here were overwintered from my garden last year. They are still looking like they are still in shock, but I'm very hopeful. And once I put the shade cloth on every part of the garden, I'm expecting some kind of lifestyle changes for them. This is one of the raised beds that I had since last year. It was spilling this year, so I don't feel comfortable growing any food in it. So right now it's just full of flowers, marigold and some sunflower. And then these 2 rows, also more different varieties of tomatoes. Here is also another flower raised bed. I have some zinnia sitting here, but they haven't popped up yet. But this sunflower is due to come out, so I will be taking that out momentarily. And then right down the road is my raspberry. It's been producing fruit. Sometimes I even miss the fruit, so I need to come up with the perfect time to harvest them. But you can see that I'm drowning in strawberries, and there's sunflowers everywhere because we want the bees. Here is my African, the fluted pumpkin, aka ugu, in the garden. I have about 8 of them, so this is another one here. And then this is amaranth. So basil, I do kind of practice companion planting, so you'll see basil in random spots in my garden. Here is the Nigerian okra. It's not fruiting yet, but we will get there. Yes, and oh, this one is fruiting. Look at that, amazing. And then more tomatoes. Snapdragon looks like it's on its last leg. This actually came back from last year. It's been growing since last year. And then this is more fruited pumpkin. They're looking so healthy. I love it. And here is my African garden egg. Look at it. There's 3 garden egg on it. Amazing. And then there's another one right here. Going down the line, I see gladiolis, volunteer from last year. So that was amazing to see. And then back on this row, this is also more tomatoes. More tomatoes. I've been growing all of them. Just keep in mind, there's a lot of tomatoes, but they're all different varieties. I have a bunch of peppers here as well. There used to be tomatoes in them, but the tomato was struggling, so I pulled them out. But bunch of little peppers. I'm African, so we eat a lot of tomatoes and peppers. So a lot of my garden is centered towards that. Another pepper and tomatoes. Another pepper raised bed. So base bed 1, 2, and 3 are centered around tomatoes. I mean peppers. My apologies. And then this is another 2 that has 2 raised bed that has more tomatoes, different varieties. I will be listing the variety that are in my garden in the comment section or on the screen. And then this is also the fruit and pumpkin from the other side. So that's pretty much the big part of the garden. I do have a new section that I just created just to get like my little nursery section to get things, the overproduced things that I had this season. So for example, I had a lot of tomato that was in containers. So I created like an assembly line for them. Look at it. Like I said, my tomatoes are going through so much, but once I get a minute, I will be taking them into recovery mode. And then I have some amaranth here, green amaranth, more celosia. This is pretty much things that I have in my garden for sale. So guys, here is the assembly line from the other side, right here. And I have the amaranth over there that is discolored. I need to put some bone meal on it. I'm sorry, some fish fertilizer. Lego spinach that is for sale. Hibiscus, rosella hibiscus, more rubber spinach, pineapple that I'm trying to grow, 2 peppers. I have this trash can here because this is literally how I keep my garden clean. There's trash in every section. Papaya, 2 jute leaves for sale. And obviously, like I said, I have more seedlings that need somewhere to go. And then I just added some okra here. The kids raised bed that I'm setting up, I will be painting this one blue at some point, so that way they can also join me when we're gardening. And then here is my beautiful green stock that was just given to me by all of it was given to me by my friends, except from this one that was a Facebook find. It's full of peppers. This one has a lot of like serrano, Hungarian wax, banana peppers, and this is mostly bell pepper. This is one is pretty diverse with some strawberry, and all of this is mostly strawberry and habanero, which is I'm actually excited about because I just literally added those in there. So I wanted to see how it's gonna grow in the green stock, but I do have habanero in my garden just in case this fails. But yes, that's my greenhouse right there. Everywhere it's a mess, but we are hanging on. As the weather starts to warm up, it's hard to keep things going because it's so hot all the time. But overall, here is what the garden is looking like for at the end of May. I am so excited. I cannot wait for you guys to see how much we get by the end of the season. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment, subscribe, and thank you for coming to my May garden tour. Bye.